What's up, Commanders Nation? We're back with another exclusive update straight from the heart of the DMV. And before we dive into today's hot topic, let me just say, this team is locked in on taking things to the next level. After a historic 2024 season, this organization is all about perfecting every detail, every decision, every play. Because we know one thing, the grind doesn't stop until that Lombardi trophy is in our hands. If you're excited to see Washington keep building, drop a like right now. It helps more fans find us and shows you're riding with us through every snap, trade, and draft pick. Now, let's get into it. So here's the deal. A former Commander is back in the NFL, and guess where he's headed? That's right, the Dallas Cowboys. Our old division rivals just signed someone we know very well, offensive lineman Sadik Charles, who's making his return after a brief, unexpected retirement. Let's break this one down. According to NFL Network insider Mike Garafolo, the Cowboys have officially signed veteran OL Sadik Charles, our former fourth-round pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. Charles had signed with the Tennessee Titans last offseason and was projected to be their starting right guard. But then, just before the season kicked off, he surprisingly decided to hang up his cleats and walk away from the game. Fast forward to now. Charles has had a change of heart and is suiting up again, but this time for the Cowboys. Yeah, that one stings a little. Let's be real. While Charles never became a full-blown star in Washington, he did show flashes. After dealing with injuries early in his career, he carved out a starting role by year 4. He was solid, dependable at times, and had the physical tools to hang with NFL talent. But the Commanders chose not to re-sign him, and now he's back in the NFC East with a chance to line up against us twice this season. Now, I know some fans might be thinking, hey, we've moved on. Our O-line is stronger. Let him go. And sure, that's true. We've got Laramie Tunsil anchoring things, and the entire offensive unit is playing at a championship level. But there's always something a little extra when a former teammate signs with a division rival. There's pride on the line. There's history. And for Charles, you can bet he's going to circle those matchups on his calendar. He'll be itching to prove Washington should have kept him around. And let's not forget, guys like that, they can be dangerous with a chip on their shoulder. But let's flip the script for a second. Because while Dallas is making headlines, with their new addition, we're climbing the charts in a big way. Sports Illustrated's Connor Orr just dropped his latest NFL power rankings, and guess what? Your Washington Commanders come in at number 8 overall, making us the 4th best team in the entire NFC heading into 2025. That's not just hype, that's respect. After going 4-13 in 2023, no one expected what came next. But under Dan Quinn, and with Jaden Daniels leading the charge, Washington shocked the league. A 12-win regular season, 2 playoff victories, and a trip to the NFC Championship game in year 1 of this new regime. Let that sink in for a second. This team didn't just rebuild, they rebooted the entire franchise identity. From the front office to the locker room to the fan base, we've got a new energy. And it's contagious. And a massive part of that energy? You already know, Jaden Daniels. Or summed it up perfectly. Is there anything Jaden Daniels doesn't do well? The guy just won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he didn't just win it, he ran away with it. Cool under pressure, elusive in the pocket, and laser-focused on getting better every week. And here's the wild part. We've barely scratched the surface. The growth between year 1 and year 2 for QBs is huge. And with more talent around, him, including Deebo Samuel, Eckler, and the incoming draft class. Buckle up, folks. We're going for it all. Now let's tie all of this together. The Cowboys just picked up a former Commander in Sadik Charles. Sure, he might help them out, Joe, and he might even have some solid reps. But meanwhile, Washington is building something special. This isn't just about who left. It's about who's here and what we're trying to build. From signing Laramie Tunsil to adding Deebo Samuel and Javon Kinlaw, every move by Adam Peters has a purpose. It's all about maximizing our window with Jaden Daniels on a rookie deal. Smart roster construction, experienced coaching, and a hungry locker room. It's the recipe for sustained success. And let's not forget, the power rankings are just the start. The real story will be told on the field in September. Because folks, it's almost here. The 2025 NFL Draft is creeping up on us fast. And if there's one thing we know about this Commanders front office, it's that Adam Peters and head coach Dan Quinn aren't just looking for good players. They're looking for foundational pieces. Guys who can step in, buy into the system, and help this team compete with the big dogs in the NFC for years to come. And right now, all eyes are on one name, Michael Williams. That's right. According to Pro Football Focus's latest mock draft, the Commanders are projected to select the Georgia Bulldogs' standout defensive end, Michael Williams. And let me tell you, if this prediction holds true, Washington might just land the kind of defensive game changer this team has been missing since, well, honestly, since Jonathan Allen's prime years. Let's break this down. With the Commanders officially moving on from Jonathan Allen, after not being able to find a trade partner, the defensive line is in need of a new identity. Sure, we've still got Darren Payne locking down the interior. We've got Javon Kinlaw, who signed that controversial 3-year, $45 million deal. But if we're being real, the edge needs juice. It needs fire. It needs a relentless motor. And that's where Michael Williams comes in. Standing at 6'8", 260 pounds, Williams is a beast. He's not just physically imposing, he's technically sound and versatile. PFF's Mason Cameron said it best. Williams could be the pièce de résistance for Dan Quinn's defensive scheme. That's a bold statement, but it might be spot on. This guy doesn't quit. He's got a non-stop motor, which is exactly the kind of trait Dan Quinn has always looked for in his defenders. Remember, Quinn built the legendary Legion of Boom in Seattle and helped turn around defenses in Dallas by injecting them with energy, speed, and aggression. Michael Williams fits that mold perfectly. Now, here's the real kicker. He's not even at his ceiling yet. As a run defender, he's already elite. Across the past 3 seasons at Georgia, Williams earned a PFF run defense grade of 86.6. That's no joke, especially when you consider the level of competition in the SEC. But his pass rushing skills still developing, which is actually a good thing because it means his ceiling is still rising. You plug a guy like that into a rotation with Darren Payne and Kinlaw, and suddenly, boom, you've got a front that can cause chaos from all directions. In Winan. His senior year, Williams logged 5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, a couple pass deflections, and forced fumbles. That stat line screams impact. He doesn't just make plays. He disrupts the offense's rhythm. He forces offensive coordinators to game plan around him. And on a defense that's looking to reestablish its identity, that kind of presence can go a long way. Let's talk context. Here. The Commanders made a statement in 2024. From a 4-win team in 2023 to a 12-win powerhouse with an NFC Championship appearance, Jaden Daniels proved he was the real deal. Offensive Rookie of the Year, calm under pressure, dual threat dynamo, yoho. Name it. The offense exploded. But to take that next step, to get over the hump and win it all, the defense needs to elevate too. That means getting younger, faster, and more aggressive at the line of scrimmage. Let's also remember who we're chasing. The Eagles, the NFC East champs and reigning Super Bowl winners. Their offensive line is a fortress, and to beat them, you need dogs in the trenches. Drafting Michael Williams would be a declaration of war. A message to the division that the Commanders are loading up and coming for the crown. Now, it's not just about plugging in a buddy and hoping for production. It's about culture. It's about leadership. Michael Williams played for Kirby Smart at Georgia, one of the most demanding and detail-oriented coaches in college football. Guys who come out of that program are battle-tested. They're coachable. They're winners. And let's not forget what Dan Quinn said when he took the job. We're going to win with effort, energy, and execution. Michael Williams checks every box, and pairing him with 2 interior monsters in Payne and Kinlaw? That's a front seven nightmare for any offense. Now, let's address the skeptics. Some will say, why not wait for a later round to grab an edge rusher? Why not draft a corner or linebacker instead? Fair questions. But foundational pieces don't come around often. When you have a chance to draft a player who can be the face of your defense for the next 5 to 7 years, you take it. Remember, we've seen this before. When teams like the 49ers built their defense, it started up front with guys like Nick Bosa. When the Cowboys turned the corner under Quinn, it was because of Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence wrecking games from the edge. This is how championship defenses are built. You find elite trench players, you let them set the tone, and you build around them. So here's my question for you, Commanders fans. What do you think about Sadik Charles signing with the Cowboys? Are you surprised he came out of retirement? Do you think this move will come back to bite us? Or are we already on a whole new level? And how about those power rankings? No. 8 in the NFL. Does that feel right to you? Too low? Too high? Let me know your take in the comments. If you enjoyed this update and want more exclusive Commanders content, from roster breakdowns to training camp previews, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to tap the bell so you never miss a moment. We're only just getting started, and if last season was any indication, 2025 could be legendary. Thanks for watching, and as always, HTTC.